You want to know everything about Longview, Texas, the pros and cons? Well, stay tuned as we get into it. As always, we want to thank you for checking out our newest video. We want to remind you, if you have not already, please subscribe to our channel as we continue to make out new videos about East Texas. You will get notified of all those new videos as soon as they drop. That way you're first in the know when we put out those new videos. We also want to remind you that we are your friends in real estate. We work all over East Texas, from Tyler to Longview to Marshall. We work north and south of those areas. So if you're thinking about making a move, we want to be a resource for you and help you make East Texas your home. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions about making a move. We would love to help you. We've got all our contact information in the banner and down below, so make sure you check it out. Additionally, we have a great Facebook group called Moving to East Texas. We would love for you to join that group so that way you can connect with other people who are thinking about making a move to East Texas as well. All right, we're going to get right into it and start off with the pros of living in Longview, Texas. There's a lot of really great things about living in Longview. And the first thing we're going to talk about is it's pretty easy to get around. You got three main roads that kind of get you from any direction in Longview. Going from north to south, Longview is about 15 minutes. If you want to get from the west side to the east side, it's about 14 minutes. You've got Highway 80 that runs east and west all the way through Longview. Highway 259 will take you from South Longview to North Longview, and then Loop 281 around the north side of Longview will kind of take you into all of that area. So it's a very easy city to get around. I don't actually think the traffic is as bad as it is in Tyler, so it's just a little bit better in that regard to maneuver through the city. Like all East Texas towns, Longview is no different. It's a super friendly place. People are nice. They speak to you. They smile. They hold the door open. They say thank you. They tell you you're welcome. All that kind of stuff that just makes Southern hospitality a real thing in Longview. So the people are absolutely a pro of living in Longview, Texas. Just really great people, friendly people, nice people. Now, it's also home to a couple big celebrities, Matthew McConaughey and Neil McCoy. Big Matthew McConaughey fan, like a lot of Neil McCoy's music as well. Doesn't really change your day-to-day life that those people are from there, but it is a cool thing about Longview, Texas. Additionally, the Governor Greg Abbott lived in Longview for a while when he was younger also. So it's home to a lot of big famous people. Also has a great presence in the NFL with a few NFL people that went to Longview High School. So just a cool place with some famous people. I think one of the biggest pros of Longview, Texas, when comparing it to Tyler, Texas, is the cost of living. There's a couple different things that kind of factor into that. We use the cost of living score that we found on the internet that compared cities across the country, scored them out of 100. The lower your score is, the more affordable it is. One of the biggest factors, though, in that score is going to be real estate, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But Longview is a much more affordable place, relatively speaking, to Tyler. So Tyler is actually pretty affordable to the rest of the country, with 100 kind of being the average. Tyler scored an 85.9. Longview, however, is even cheaper with an 80.2. So it's about 5% cheaper on the whole than Tyler. So I think that's one of the big factors. If you're comparing the two, you're going to get a little bit more bang for your buck in Longview. One of the other factors in the cost of living is going to be the price of real estate. The average home price in Longview is $302,000, to where the average home price in Tyler, Texas is $356,000. So you're going to get a lot more house for your dollar in Longview, Texas than you are in Tyler, Texas. That could mean more size, that could mean newer, it could mean a couple different things. So maybe some of the features that you're looking for are just going to be a little bit more affordable in Longview than they are in Tyler. Another pro of Longview, Texas, it's family oriented, has a great small town feel. There's lots of activities for the kids to do. It's got that great small town feel. You got one primary high school. You do have a couple smaller surrounding schools, but you've got the one big high school that's super successful in football, the Longview Lobos, always competing for state titles year in and year out. You've got a handful of popular restaurants that, you could go see your neighbors, friends, family, things like that out and about. It just kind of does have a small town feel. And I think that's a big pro for Longview, Texas. All right, another pro for living in Longview, Texas is it got an A- for livability on niche.com. There's a lot of different things that they factor in there, from schools, cost of living, quality of life, commute, activities, outdoor opportunities to be outside, things like that. There's a lot of different factors, and it's a pretty complex score to kind of get to that number, but Longview got an A-. So overall, Longview's a really great place to live according to niche.com. Another pro about Longview, Texas is it's got an improving downtown area. You've got stuff for kids to go do and have fun and play. You've got a great art scene. The Longview Fine Arts Center is growing there. Additionally, you've got places for coffee, shopping, dining, entertainment, nightlife. All that kind of stuff is kind of in downtown. It's kind of going through a revitalization period to where things are coming up, they're being developed, and it's really a really great spot. Another great thing about Longview is you've got several small towns around Longview that would allow you to live in an even smaller town and kind of have that rural lifestyle, but still commute into Longview for work every day. You've got places like Gilmer, Hallsville, and Gladewater that are all less than 20 minutes away, but all have populations less than 6,000 people. So you get a really small town feel, but you get close proximity to Longview where there's more jobs and more opportunity for work and things like that without a significant commute. So if you like the rural lifestyle at home, but you need the benefit of jobs and things like that in a bigger city, Longview offers some great options for that. Another big pro for Longview is it's got a great outdoor life. You've got great proximity, very close proximity rather, to a lot of state parks. You've got walking trails kind of throughout and around the city. You've got 25 lakes within 75 miles of Longview. So if you're a big fisherman, you like water sports, things like that, you've got a lot of lakes that you can get out on and enjoy the outdoors by living in Longview, Texas. None of them are more than an hour and a half away, so it makes it super easy to go experience that. Now, one of the big pros about Longview, Texas, if you're a fan of high school football, Longview High School football is the best probably in East Texas. Now, you've got smaller schools like Carthage, Gilmer that have had a little bit more success generally, but if you want to feel like big high school football in a big area with lots of people, Longview's in a different class. Tyler has 2 high schools, so the city's slightly divided. Longview has 1 high school, 1 rooting interest, so the city's pretty united on Lobo football, and they've just had a lot of success over the last 25, 30, 45 years. John King, the head coach now, has been there since I believe 2000 and have been a big part of that success for Longview. They're constantly turning out great football players, and really it's just one of the premier programs in East Texas. All right, so let's talk about some of the cons of living in Longview, Texas. The response to snow and ice is definitely not going to be the best. Anytime that happens, while it is seldom, the city will basically shut down. Restaurants, stores, work, things like that are just not going to proceed a lot of times if we have any amount of significant snow or ice. And it's just because we don't have, 1, the machinery to kind of treat and take care of the roads, but 2, people just don't have a lot of experience moving and driving in that. So a lot of people just stay home and play it safe. Another con of Longview, Texas is it's about 2 hours from Dallas. So you're at least 30 minutes further from Dallas than you are from Tyler. So if you have to commute quite a bit, you fly out and you travel to different places and you need access to the airport, the Dallas airport is not going to be a really great option. On the other side of that, you are only 50 minutes to Shreveport, which does offer a little bit bigger airport than, say, Tyler or Longview, but it does have, a bigger international airport to where you can fly in and out of a little bit easier than driving all the way to Dallas. But Shreveport is definitely no Dallas. Being closer to there is not necessarily a good thing, but just being a little bit further east of Dallas will make that commute that direction a little bit slower. Another con of Longview, Texas is there's not a lot of great nightlife. When you've got a town of about 90,000 people, you're not going to have all the same options from bars, clubs, big entertainment, things like that you're going to find in the big metros like Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, those kind of places, just because it doesn't support that lifestyle. It's a different group of people. It's not a big scene to be out in Longview, club hopping and things like that. It does have some, but it's just not going to be at any significant scale. So if you're into that, or you want to have a place to go out and do stuff frequently and have lots of options, Longview's probably not the place. So another con of living in Longview, Texas is, and this is not empirical in any way, I can't go point to anything specific, but living in Tyler and going to Longview pretty frequently, I always kind of get the sense that Longview is just not as nice. And I think the simple way to kind of articulate that is there's a little less development. Stuff's a little bit older in Longview. They are working on parts of Longview on the north side that's kind of growing and developing, but I would say it's at a slower rate than Tyler. You don't have as many options in terms of restaurants, shopping, things like that you have here in Tyler. So that is a con. If you do a lot of shopping online, you cook at home, you don't like to eat out for every meal of the day, Longview's perfectly fine. And truthfully, there's a lot of great restaurants in Longview. It's just not quite as many as you have in Tyler, which truly is something a little bit unique and rare that makes Tyler a great city anyway. But those options are just going to be a little bit more limited in Longview. And to me, that makes it just a little less nice. All right, so we posted in the All Things Longview group to kind of get a sense of what people don't like. And one of the overwhelming comments was the drivers in Longview, Texas. Apparently, red light running in Longview is rampant. That was a comment from like 6 or 7 different people, maybe more than that, honestly, that people just didn't like the way drivers drove in Longview. So just be aware, if it turns green, maybe pause for just a second to make sure you don't have any of those red light runners coming through. But that was one of the big cons that we found for people living in Longview, Texas. As always, thank you for checking out our newest video. If you found value in this, please give us a like, leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you, what you like about Longview, what you hate about Longview. We want to hear that in the comments, and we will maybe go back into a video adding some of that for others to see and hear. We want to remind you also that we are your friend in real estate. If you're thinking about making a move to East Texas, we are there to help you, whether it be Longview or Tyler. We want to be that resource. We work in both markets, in and around that area. So if you have any questions, please give us a call. We're talking to new people every day about making a move to East Texas. Again, make sure you join our Facebook group, Moving to East Texas. It's a great resource if you're thinking about making a move, to connect with people that have already made a move or are also thinking about it. It's a great resource for you there. As always, we want to thank you, and we will see you on the next one.